Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm building a bending machine, one that suits my workshop, the ultimate bending machine for me at least. And in this part 2 I will be making the frame and outside roller. You saw in part 1 I had this big plate with all the holes that I can use for bending, and first part that I'm making now is making a solid mounting for that plate to frame that I'm gonna build using this Hummel combination machine, drilling, and even using a fly cutter for the drilling out this hole. And next was making the frame. I'm using 40 by 40 millimeters and I believe 5 millimeters thick tube for that. And these are paint removal discs that I use for removing the scale. It works really well. This was not speed up, but real time. Easy to clean the metal, and yeah, if you're welding, especially TIG welding, it's important to have it all cleaned. I'm using this square fixation device, don't know the brand, but yeah, trying to keep everything square when welding. When I can, I will use metal that I can find at the scrapyard. And we have this cutting machinery here at a local scrapyard, and you see this ground plate come from there. It's cheaper to use than buying all this stuff new. And that's how you TIG weld. Really nice. For those who are interested, I'm using this old large handy TIG mostly set at 110 or 120 amps and using a gas lens, but other than that, nothing special. First I use this countersunk screws to mount the plate, but because there will be a lot of torque on it, I decided to change that using these cylindrical bolts, so I had to put it again on the Hummel. And I even had to machine the cylindrical bolts because they were too big. There wasn't enough room, but yeah, no problem. And getting these bolts in is a nice and solid mounting of the plate that can deal with all the torque that is on there. So after the frame is done, the next part will be making an outside roller. And as you saw, I'm using shim stock again between the plates for welding to get a good fit, not too tight and not too loose. So works great for me. And here you see me machining the ends of these trapezium threads, putting a square on it to use a normal wrench for adjustment. So the first parts of the outside roller are ready. I'm working on the part that's rotating on the other side. I want to be able to put quite some force on it, so I need some extra leverage. So I want to use the same 20mm stock for that. But yeah, this is not the construction that I want. So I made a back plate. I'm gonna weld that on here. So that's already a bit stronger, but still has some play, of course. So I'm gonna take another plate, put it over here, and then weld it inside here. But yeah, you can't get inside with the welder. So I drilled these holes around on 3 places, marked it with a little center punch, and yeah, put it in like this. put a center punch in the hole, then I'm sure that it's square enough, and weld everything in place. And next part we'll be making cylinder that will hold the press bearings for the outside roller. So these brass bearings need a tight fit, but not too tight, and always fun testing it out here. But the press is quite warm and the metal I'm testing is cold. So yeah, it did get in, but then the press shrinks because it gets cold and then it got stuck. It's always nice to machine parts like this. And one future project will be making a press, but yeah, this strong vise will get me there. And drilling and tapping a hole to get some grease inside when in use. And after that I decided to weld the bottom part, not using the bolts, and this one need to come off, so why not weld it? and making a good fit on the outside roller, fixing it to make it square, and then welding it all together. After the outside roller was ready, I was working on the frame again, rolling it around, and I thought it would be nice to have a ring tube around the base plate to roll it around a little bit better. But then I needed to have a hydraulic bender, and yeah, just a quick preview of part 4. Yeah, I did make a hydraulic bender on it, and it was nice to test it out. It worked. Took me some time, but I was just getting used to the rolling and bending. But it worked, and yeah, I welded it on the base plate, put some spaces in between, and then mounted it all together. And you can't see it on the video, but I was working from the opposite side of the opening end and welding to the open end by therefore pulling it all tighter against the frame and fixing it at a good height, and slowly but steady working it till the end, as you see here, where the tube comes together. And some thoughts about the welding. Maybe you're wondering why I welded it all around. I hope that this bending machine will last a long time, and if I leave openings and after paint, then where eventually does the rust build up in between these openings, and I don't like that, so I'm welding it all the way, and it's also a nice practice for some TIG welding. And for some attention to detail, I made this brass plate on the underside that rolls around the big plate. Not normally, but if I torque it real hard and while bending, um, the ring roller, the outside roller, it will bend a little bit, of course, downward, and then the brass plate will stop that bending and will give me less bending forces on the bearing. And just a quick tip, if you ever needed to hold a spacer in a horizontal position, just put some grease on it, it will stick. And sometimes I'm lucky at the scrapyard because I found this. It's spring steel, and yeah, it's really perfect for this outside roller because I can mount it and can use it to create all different radiuses. First test, let's see if it bends, and trying out different ways how it bends and having a little bit of fun. So guys, that was it for part 2. A lot of welding, but it was nice to do, and got a nice strong and solid frame, and also this outside roller, playing around a little bit with the first bends. It's 6mm by 40 and easy to bend, and yeah, a lot of possibilities here. So yeah, that was it for this part, and part 3 will be the next type of bender, because I said I was making the ultimate bender and a combination of different kind of bending machines. The frame is strong enough to use it to build a ring roller inside. So that's my plan for the next part, in part 3, and hope to see you back again. For now, thanks for watching, and if you haven't, then please subscribe or comment below if you have any questions. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.